What up, Z-Bursters? It's Z-Burst here with Inside the Predictions, featuring the Oakland Raiders. They are going to go 8-8 this year, which is better than last year when they won 6-10. They're going to go 8-8 because they added a wide receiver in Jordy Nelson. Amari Cooper is healthy. They got rid of Michael Crabtree, who I think was better off not in Oakland and adding Jordy. And then you have a healthy Marshawn Lynch and a healthy Derek Carr. Oakland's going 8-8 this year. In Week 1, they're going against the Los Angeles Rams in Oakland. They're going to start the season off 0-1 because the Los Angeles Rams have a stellar defense. Jared Goff and Derek Carr are about the same. Todd Gurley is better than Marshawn Lynch in terms of speed and getting out of blocks. I know Marshawn Lynch is beast mode, he can truck through it all. But Todd Gurley knows how to follow his blockers and get more yards. He has better awareness and ball carrying than Marshawn Lynch. Then the wide receivers, I think the Raiders have a better wide receiver core, but I think the Rams utilize their talent better. Week 2 is against the Denver Broncos in Denver, and the Raiders are going to start the season off 0-2 because, as I said with the Rams, the Broncos defense is amazing, and their offense, they've improved. They got a new quarterback in Case Keenum. And the Raiders aren't going to be ready for the new and improved Denver Broncos squad compared to the Broncos not being ready for the Oakland Raiders squad. Both teams have made adjustments on the offense and on the defense. And I think the Broncos get away with this one early in the year. Week 2, Broncos win. Week 3 is against the Miami Dolphins in Miami. And this is where the first one happens. The Dolphins aren't as good as the Raiders in terms of running back, in terms of quarterback, and in terms of wide receivers. And then defense also goes to the Raiders. All out, Raiders have the better team than the Dolphins in Week 3. Week 4 is against the Cleveland Browns in Oakland, and they're going to win this game as well, making the record 2-2. And they're going to beat the Browns because they're just going to overpower the Browns. They have a better O-line, they have a better D-line, they have a better running back, and then we don't know how good their quarterback is in Baker Mayfield or Tyrod Taylor. And then the wide receiver core is about even, actually. I have them pretty even. Week 5 against the Los Angeles Chargers in Los Angeles, and the Raiders are going to win this game. This is their second division game, and they are going to win this one. So in division, they are 1-1. Overall, they are 3-2, and they're going to beat the Chargers because they have a better offense, they have a better defense. The Chargers might have a better special teams, but that can only get you so far. I do have Travis Benjamin probably getting a punt return or a kick return in this game for the Chargers, but the Raiders are going to win this game. Week 6 against the Seattle Seahawks in Oakland. They're going to win this game mostly because they are in Oakland. If the Raiders were playing the Seahawks in Seattle, I would have picked Seattle. The teams are very, 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 very close to each other. So I have Oakland winning only because they're in Oakland in Week 6 against the Seattle Seahawks. Week 7 is their bye week, and they can calm down. They've gotten some wins under their belt. They haven't lost since Week 2, and they're going to try to continue that and make it to the playoffs. Week 8 is against the Indianapolis Colts in Oakland, and they're going to win this game as well because the Colts just aren't ready to be a professional football team right now. They're still trying to figure it out. Andrew Luck's probably going to be better than he was 2 years ago. I know he was hurt all of last year, and I don't know how he's going to recuperate and improve from his injury. So I have the Raiders winning this game. Week 9 against the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco, and they're going to win this game as well because Jimmy Garoppolo is going to finally calm down. I know he's won every game he's started from the previous year, and by Week 9 this year, defense is going to learn how to get to him. And defense is going to know how to guard and defend their wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. And the Raiders are just going to win. Week 10 is against the Los Angeles Chargers at home. And they're going to lose to the Chargers this week because the Chargers are going to adjust. Phillip Rivers is probably going to find some problems in the Raiders' defense by Week 10. Travis Benjamin, again, is probably going to be the effective player. Melvin Gordon's probably going to get a touchdown Week 10 for the Chargers. And the Raiders are going to blow this game out, which is their first loss since Week 2. Week 11 is against the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. They're going to lose this game as well. That's 2 losses in a row Just like they did week 1, week 2, they're losing week 10, week 11. They're going to lose to Cardinals because David Johnson's coming back. Josh Rosen's going to improve as a quarterback. And Larry Fitzgerald is Larry Fitzgerald. If you can't guard him, you can't guard him. Josh Rosen's going to target Larry Fitzgerald plenty of times in this game. So if you're going to get Larry Fitzgerald on your fantasy football team, make sure you play him week 11 against the Raiders. Week 12 is against the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, and they're going to lose this game as well. The Raiders are starting to collapse late game. They're going to lose 3 games in a row, week 10, week 11, week 12. And they're going to lose to the Ravens because they've had this, they've lost 2 in a row, their momentum's declining, and they don't know how to fix it. It's a problem they need to address ASAP, or they are not going to make the playoffs. Week 13 is against the Kansas City Chiefs in Oakland. They're going to win this game. This is their first win since week 9. And they're going to beat the Chiefs because they have their head straight. They know what they're doing. They're going to send some blitzes on Patrick Mahomes, startle him because Patrick Mahomes hasn't seen the Oakland defense this year. And I think Oakland's defense is going to win the game for the Chiefs. I think the Oakland defense is going to win the game for the Raiders in Week 13. Week 14 is against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Oakland, and the Steelers are going to, in my prediction, the Steelers are going to blow out the Raiders in Oakland. I think the Steelers are going to win 24-0 or 24-3 because they're just that good late in the season. The Raiders aren't going to keep up with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster and Ben Roethlisberger on offense. Their defense, Ryan Shazier is coming back for the Steelers, and he's going to want to make an impact, especially late in the year. And that is why the Steelers are going to beat the Raiders Week 14. Week 15 is against the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati, and the Raiders are going to win this game because the Bengals just aren't a team yet. They have Andy Dalton at quarterback. They released A.J. McCarron, their backup quarterback. A.J. Green is their only good wide receiver. And Tyler Eifert at tight end, I just don't know what he's going to do for the Bengals. The Raiders are more secured as a team. They're going to win against the Bengals Week 15. Week 16 is against the Denver Broncos in Oakland. They're going to lose this game as well. This is the second time they've played the Broncos and the second time they've lost to the Broncos. They're going to lose to the Broncos because the Broncos are going to want to make the playoffs and win the AFC West. The Broncos didn't make the playoffs last year, and they really want to make it. And they know they have a chance to win the AFC West if they can win this game and then win Week 17. And they're going to make sure they beat Oakland in Oakland to help them secure that. Their Broncos defense is still too good for the Raiders in Week 16. And I predict Von Miller and Bradley Chubb on the Broncos defense is going to sack Derek Carr 5+ times total in this game. That's going to startle Derek Carr, and the Broncos defense is going to win this game for the Broncos. Week 17 is against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. This game is the most important game for the Raiders fans and for the Chiefs. The winner of this game goes to the playoffs. The loser is eliminated from the playoff contention. And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to beat the Raiders because Kansas City is the home team. This game is a coin toss. They're both going to be fighting for that playoff seed, whether it be the 5 seed or the 6 seed, based off tiebreakers. And the Chiefs are going to win. I think Kareem Hunt and Tyreek Hill are going to hold their weight, and then Travis Kelce is going to get a couple touchdowns. And I think Oakland's going to collapse Week 17 and not make the playoffs. I'm sorry, Raiders fans. You were this close to the playoffs this year, and you just let it slip through your fingers. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends, your family, strangers, anybody you meet. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. It's almost July. Get some plans for July 4th, and I will see you guys next time.